There's no way to hide the May struggles, the current offensive skid, and the ongoing frustrations all around the field. But the baseball schedule waits for no one, and the only option is to step to the plate and take the mounds. A 3-day stop in South Philly starts the month of June, and a chance for a fresh, clean slate. Phillies got off the plane on Wednesday night from South Florida. They looked at what the next couple of days would have in store weather-wise, and they said, finally, summer is here as we turn the calendar from May to June, and we come on out to the ballpark for the Phils of the San Francisco Giants. It's African-American Heritage Celebration Night here at Citizens Bank Park. It's game one of a 3-game series. All right, so as we go to June, this is what the Phillies have in store from a schedule standpoint. 11 home games and 16 road games. Now, the Phils have the worst record in baseball on the road, but the Phillies are hoping that the different calendar will mean different events. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy along with Ben Davis. We finally got this guy out of the studio just in time for the Giants to come to town and your former manager, Bruce Bochy. Now, we just saw the Marlins. The Marlins are underachieving, but I think you could say in April the Giants definitely underachieved. They're playing better, but they still are underachieving overall.
Yeah, I think so. I think the starting pitching was supposed to be a lot better, especially with the payroll that they have. There's a lot of guys that are making a lot of money and just underachieving right now, but I think a lot has to do with the offense. You see the offense average 14th in the National League, hitting just 228. The runs per game way down. The home runs are down. Yes, that's a tough ballpark at AT&T Park in San Francisco to hit home runs, but these numbers have to get better offensively.
Well, one guy who is good offensively is Buster Posey. Not a lot of RBIs, but he's second in the National League in hitting.
Yeah, 348 average, 7 homers, and like you mentioned, just the 13 RBIs. That's pretty much hard to do, but he's carrying this club when they are scoring runs. Believe me, he is in the middle of it.
All right, so we look at Buster Posey this season, 44 games, a 348 average. He comes into tonight's ball game with the highest batting average among active players against the Phillies. And we just saw Carlos Gonzalez. We thought he was good. Ryan Braun's been very good, but he has the highest batting average among active players.
Yeah, and he is good. And what the difference is for him this season is he's always been a guy that will use the whole field, but this year he's really making a conscious effort to use the right side even more.
All right, so the Phils and the Giants get together for game one of a 3-game series here at Citizens Bank Park. Ty Block makes the start for the Giants. He's pitched really well recently. Jared Eichhoff looking for his first win for the Phils. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phillies. Visit citizensbank.com. By Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com. As the Phils get set to take on the San Francisco Giants, there's Jared Eichhoff, who's out on the mound, getting himself ready for tonight's ball game. The first of 2 series this year between the Phils and the San Francisco Giants. Jared's looking for his first win. Here's the lineup he'll face. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Buster Posey is smack dab in the middle of this lineup, but they've got 2 youngsters at the bottom in 7 and 8, Orlando Calixte and Austin Slater. Slater's about to make his major league debut for the San Francisco Giants, and they plan on even getting a little younger over the next several weeks. So there is Eichhoff, 0-5 with an ERA of 4.74, 51 strikeouts in 57 innings. Interesting that after 10 starts, he still does not have a victory, and he is hoping for win number 1. They're going to try to change his game plan a little bit here tonight and maybe accentuate that curveball a little bit more.
As well they should. He just throws that curveball around 29% of the time. Fastball not overpowering when he's locating in, especially to lefties. He has more success. Very good in May, or very good in April, I should say. 3.56, but not so good in the month of May. It's a new month, Tom. Hopefully this changes it around for these fighting Phils.
Absolutely. So much of this game is psychological, and that's the hope, is that the Phillies can change whatever luck that they had in the month of April when they won just 4 games. Time now for our Nissan keys to the game.
Well, Ty Blach, we'll get into it, but his road ERA not good. He's got a 9.45 ERA on the road, so hit the road, Ty Blach, and the offense need to let the pitches get deep, use the whole field, not rush out there and get it.
All right, so Denard Span will lead things off for the Giants. Span hitting just .231 with 3 home runs and 10 runs batted in. He is 0 for his last 12. He's been battling a sore wrist. And the first pitch of the night is in there for a strike, according to Phil Cuzzy. So we are underway for a little weekend baseball here at Citizens Bank Park. Span not only is 0 for his last 12, he's 4 for his last 33. His issue has been that wrist, which has cost him a couple of games in a row. He can play 1 or 2 and then has to sit just to rest it a little bit. So he's going to keep on managing that injury. A long list of injuries for the San Francisco Giants this year. No balls and 2 strikes. Let's see if we see that curveball here. And we do, and it's fouled away.
You mentioned that wrist injury too, Span. Isn't it amazing though how you have any type of wrist or hand injury, how much it affects hitters offensively. It's just, you know, we saw it with Aaron Altera last year. He came back, he just was not the same. You lose the strength if you get a bit of atrophy in there. It just affects you tremendously.
Over to the right side, a base hit into right field for Denard Span. Well, they tried the 1 curveball, but they went back to the fastball. And Span has a hit. And the Giants have a leadoff base runner aboard. Span's not the base stealer that he used to be. He's only stolen 2 bags this year.
They try and climb the ladder here. As I mentioned, Jared doesn't have an overpowering fastball. He needs to go up a bit higher than that.
Well, here's our Eduardo Nunez. Nunez hitting .280. Playing third base tonight. That ball is drilled right past Michael Franco down the left field line. Howie Kendrick will get to it. Span's on his way to third. He'll be held there by Phil Nevins. And the Giants now have runners on second and third with nobody out here in the first inning. And Nunez picks up his 12th double of the year.
Nunez not waiting around to see another pitch. Goes after that first pitch heater up in the zone. I hits it off the end of the bat there, but just past the lunging Michael Franco at third base.
Nunez has reached base safely now in 17 straight. Zach Cozart has had a fantastic year for the Reds, is at 23 straight. Well, now Brandon Belt. Belt had only 4 hits in the series against the Nationals. In a series in which the Nationals swept the Giants. And he lays off the first pitch curveball, and it's 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Phil Cuzzy's behind the plate tonight. The crew chief is Tom Halley, and he's around at third. Giants are hitting .240 with runners in scoring position this year, which, like a lot of their other offensive numbers, is toward the bottom in Major League Baseball. 3 balls and no strikes. Surprising that he only has 5 opportunities with runners at third and less than 2 outs. I'd like to get Belt, though, even though he's a decent hitter, because you get a very good hitter in the on-deck circle. That ball is hit sharply into the shift and under the glove of Cesar Hernandez. A run will score. It's 1-0 Giants. Cesar with his 5th error of the season.
And we saw him do this the other night in Florida. It's a routine ball. I know he's out there in shallow right field, but this is a play that he's accustomed to making. It's a play that he practices making during batting practice. He'll take balls out there in shallow right field, but just that's why you tell your infielders, work from the ground up. You can never go back down to get it.
Pete started his media session today saying, thank goodness it's June. Well, June, at least for the first 3 hitters, has started out the way April ended. Buster Posey takes a fastball for a strike. That's well located. Posey hitting .348 with 7 home runs and 13 runs batted in. Popped up foul and out of play, and it's 0-2.
It's a big reason why he only has the 13 RBIs. 241 with runners in scoring position is Buster this season. I'd love to see a double play here, though. I traded a run for a double play right now.
Posey is second to Ryan Zimmerman in hitting this year. Eichhoff trying to make a pitch here. Got him. Good slow curve. First strikeout for Jared. 1 out here in the first. Our local tri-state GMC dealers sponsor our pitch cast. Take a look at this curve.
This is a good one. He takes a little bit off, like you said, Tom, and just not a whole lot Buster can do with that curveball.
So 1 away, runners on first and third. Brandon Crawford's coming up. He was 3 for 18 in the series against the Nationals. Boy, like a lot of the Giants hitters, he has really struggled recently. Giants scored only 4 runs in the series against Washington. Fly ball left center field. On the run is Howie Kendrick. A run will score, but Kendrick makes the catch. So Nunez will cross the plate. 2-0 San Francisco. A sacrifice fly for Crawford. Yeah, that'll be an unearned run. Because of the error to Cesar Hernandez, that would have been out number 1. The ground ball to Cesar. Strikeout would have been out number 2, and Crawford's fly ball would have been the final out of the inning. Joe Panik hitting just .242.
Jared does have a very good pace early on in this ball game. He's getting it, throwing it, getting it, throwing it.
Off the outer edge, 1-0. Tonight's game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language through the menu on your cable box. A liner out toward right center field. Saunders on the run. He's not going to get there. He'll take it on one hop. His throw towards second base is not in time. And now runners on second and third with 2 men down.
Obviously want to get the third out there, but nice job of Saunders retreating and getting that ball on a hop so it doesn't get to the fence and prevents Belt from scoring from first base. Panic goes out and gets that little two-seamer. But if that ball gets by Michael right there, that's a run. Nice job of Saunders be able to cut that one off.
Rick Kranitz is out to the mound to talk to Jared Eichhoff. Rick, who was a pitching coach for the Marlins and the Orioles and the Brewers. He's the Phillies' assistant pitching coach. 1 ball and no strikes to Orlando Calixte. Calixte just 25 years old. He's not among the top 30 prospects in the Giants organization, but he was hitting .287 with 8 home runs at AAA, so they brought him up. Outside, 3-0. Austin Slater about to make his major league debut in the on-deck circle. Ball 4. And now the base is loaded. How about this? Let's make your major league debut with the bases loaded in the first inning of a game.
A moment he'll never forget.
His family is here. I think his dad's looking the wrong way.
Does anyone have like a real camera anymore?
I don't think so. My mom does.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Where do you get film?
It goes in one of those little cards.
That's not a real camera. Slater takes outside, 1-0. He's hitting .308. He's a .308 lifetime hitter down in the minor leagues. He was hitting .322. He was drafted out of Stanford University in the 8th round. Originally, he was drafted in the 44th round by the Dodgers. And he said, I don't think they have that round anymore. Which they don't. It only goes to 40. 1-1.
The slider that it backed up on Jared.
MLB Pipeline lists him as the 19th prospect coming into this year into the Giants organization. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jared has lost a little bit of his sharpness as this inning's gone on. He's thrown 24 pitches.
Just not real free and easy right now. Looks like he's overpowering, overthrowing the baseball. When you miss outside from your arm side. So a lefty would miss inside to a righty. A righty would miss away from a righty. Means you're overthrowing.
Outside again. I think Jared wanted that one, but that's, you know, when you're a little wild like that, you're trying to get as many calls as you can. It was close. Three and one with the bases loaded, making your major league debut. That's Austin Slater. He's at the plate. Took a quick look back at Phil Cuzzy. The runners will now be going. I don't know if that speeds up your mind at all as a hitter, that the runners are going to be going, or are you just so panicked and focused and jittery?
Just try and pick up release point. Make sure it's in the zone.
Runners will go. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And he hits that one foul. And it remains full 3-2.
If I'm Slater in that position, I'm just selling out on a heater. Bases loaded, first inning. Get that bad head out there.
Runners go again. And a chopper out towards shortstop. Galvis has it. And he throws to first in time, in the inning finally comes to a close. However, the Giants do score 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 unearned. 28 pitches for Jared Eichhoff. We'll move to the bottom of the first. Phillies coming up for the first time. The first inning here at Citizens Bank Park. So they've been outscored 10-1 in the last 7 games in the first inning. Let's see if they can change that here tonight. Let's take a look at their lineup, brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. So it'll be Cesar Aaron and Howie Kendrick, Tommy Joseph, Maikel Franco, and Michael Saunders. Cameron Rupp will hit 7th, Freddie Galvis 8th, and Jared Eichhoff will bat 9th. And they will face Ty Block, who is 3-2 with an ERA of 3.83, 7 starts, 14 games overall. Ben mentioned it. He's really struggled on the road. Very good numbers at home, but he's 3-0 with a 2.51 earned run average in his last 4 starts. That's pretty good.
It is real good. The road record, not very good. 9.45 ERA. I mean, he just doesn't like room service, Tom. He'll sit about 90, not overpowering. Very, very, very good changeup.
Well, here's Cesar Hernandez. Cesar wrapped up May, hitting .245. The first pitch is in there to him. It's 0-1. Giants have used 6 starting pitchers so far this year. Phillies have used 7. They'll use an 8th tomorrow with Ben Lively. One ball, 1 strike. Popped up toward the Phillies dugout and out of play. It's 1-2. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Elaine Kakarika of Ben Salem. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game. Elaine will win $200. Now at McDonald's, an ice cold delicious soft drink is only $1. I'm loving it.
Good luck, Elaine.
2-2. Cesar strikes out. Saw Block pitch one time on TV. The fact that he jumps at you is accentuated more when you see him in person.
I think Cesar is looking for that good changeup. Rushes him inside. Ball off the plate. Fastball had a little cut to it.
Two. High bouncer to shortstop. The Gold Glover Brandon Crawford throws out Aaron Altair. 2 outs. And Howie Kendrick is coming up. Howie's hit in 5 straight games. That dates back to before the disabled list. Howie was 3 for 12. As that pitch is a strike against the Marlins.
Very impressed with the 0-2 breaking ball that he hit out the dead center at Marlins Park the other night. Really good piece of hitting.
And by the way, Ben,
yes.
I have to change it. He's 4 for 12 because they gave him a hit on the little tapper he hit back to the mound the other day. Official scorer had some troubles, but at least they changed that.
They did have some troubles down there.
They changed a couple of the plays yesterday or Wednesday. They still needed to change at least 2 more.
Yes.
Howie hits it to third base, and Nunez has it. 1-2-3 inning. Phillies go down quietly in their half of the first. We will move to the top of the second here in South Philly. Back your weather forecast for your neighborhood and the major news of the day. Now more people are watching NBC 10 News and Telemundo 62 News at 11. More than any other late news. See why tonight at 11. You don't have to look at too many weather reports to know that it was a gorgeous day here in the Delaware Valley. 1 ball and no strikes. Turned out to be a beautiful night. Very comfortable here at the ballpark.
Last 2 days have been gorgeous.
Same thing, Ben. He's just missing to the outside part of the plate.
It just seems like he's falling off. So take a look at the blue skies here at CBP. Slight breeze, 11 miles per hour. But it just seems like he just keeps really falling off towards the left side, towards the first base dugout side. When you land, you should have both feet on the ground, be in good fielding position. He seems like he's pivoting off on his plant foot, his left foot. He just walked the pitcher on 4 pitches.
That's his second walk of the night. Rick Kranitz is the acting pitching coach for the moment. Bob McClure will be here shortly. Bob had a graduation back home, so he is en route. In fact, I believe he's here and getting ready to come out. Larry Boa probably wanted to see where some of those pitches were. They looked like they were off the plate.
Yeah.
Here's Denard Span. He singled his first time up. That's 5 in a row out of the strike zone. Velocity is the same for Jared.
Yes.
Doesn't seem like there's any issue with that. It is really more command than anything else.
I think Cameron just went out there and got into it a little bit with him. I think Jared's the type of guy that you could, again, as a catcher, you got to watch. Some pitchers have different personalities, different mentalities. But Jared is a guy that you can go out to and say, hey, let's go. You're better than this. Make better pitches. Give me some strikes here. And then Jared's a guy that will respond. Some guys, yeah, I felt like I was on eggshells walking out to the mound, like, ooh, is he going to be mad at me?
You're like 8 feet taller than him.
It doesn't matter. Some guys, some pitchers are just, like I said, they're fickle creatures.
I think Jared feels the same way. 2 balls, 1 strike. Block leads off first. And now 3-1. Already 5 3-ball counts for Jared. There's a good located fastball there. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No outs. Denard Span, who singled and scored his first time up. With the pitcher at first. Now that one is lined into right field, a base hit. Block is on his way to third base. He shuffled a little bit around the second base bag. Now runners on first and third with nobody out. And here comes Eduardo Nunez.
Just a fastball center cut and watch Block round second base there. Not very accustomed to running the pillows.
He thought he was going to be stopped, I think. That's already 4 hits in the first 2 innings for the Giants. Good play by Cameron, 1-0. "39 pitches, 20 balls, 19 strikes."
Very unlike Jared.
Over to the hole, a base hit into left field. Another run will score. 3 straight base runners aboard. And Rick Kranitz is going to go to the phone. They're going to have to get somebody up in the bullpen, which is a shame. And Rick's going to head back out to the mound. Ricardo Pinto was sent back down to the minor leagues to make room for Daniel Nava before the start of today's game. But the Phillies still have an extra pitcher. Mark Leiter is getting his work in these last few days, huh?
Sure has.
So Mark will start warming up. Still nobody out. Runners on first and second with nobody out. Curveball. The first time he backed up curveballs? There's been so many pitches so far.
I wouldn't mind seeing him triple up on it right here.
He does. And it's 1-2.
It's just really hard not to go back to a pitch, and sometimes I guess I would be guilty of it, but you see a hitter take a swing or a half swing like that. How do you not go right back to it, you know? I said, well, if he didn't see it this time, what makes me think that he's going to see it the next time?
And it is his best pitch. There's Bob. He has arrived. Curveball hit toward first. Tommy Joseph has it. He'll go to second for a 1, and that's all they'll get. They do get the middle runner. So an out is recorded. I like that with Tommy. He could have easily just gone to first base because the ball was not hit all that hard, but he's got a strong enough arm that he was able to get the force at second.
It just keeps the double play in order right here. And this throw not as easy for a right-hander because you have to spin towards second base, create a throwing lane, and make an accurate throw.
Posey struck out his last time up. Only 3 first pitch strikes so far for Jared Eickhoff. Tried the slider there. Cameron had said that they were thinking about going to more curveballs than sliders, which they normally do, but he was thinking about even stretching the number of curveballs farther away from the number of sliders in this outing. I think at this point you got to scrap the game plan to a certain extent.
Like the last pitch, it just seems like when he gets done, his momentum is going that way. See how he's falling off the mound towards the left side, and what makes you throw across your body, end up pulling all these fastballs.
There's ball 4. Yep, that's exactly what he's doing, and I think he's been doing that for a few starts.
I do too.
I think they thought they had fixed it the last couple.
You take another look here. It's just he gets done, and he's just going on the other side, like he's just spinning, and he just goes this way. You want everything going towards home plate. When you finish, you want everything being, it's like when a hitter's putting his foot in the bucket or cutting himself off. You want to be striding right at the pitcher if you're hitting. If you're pitching, you want to be right at home plate.
Crawford had a sac fly his first time up. Fly ball center field. Well, that'll be deep enough to get another run home. Span tags from third. Alter's throw goes toward third. That's the second sacrifice fly of the night for Crawford. He has one to left and one to center, and it's now 4-0 Giants.
It's like someone just went into your season stats and just added 2 RBIs for you. No time at bat.
Well, the Giants have matched their run total, Ben, from the National Series. Joe Panik doubled his first time up. Center field, and Alter waits. 2 runs scored for the Giants in the inning. They'll leave a couple, but they've scored 4 runs in the first 2 innings. A lot of work to do for the Phils to get back in this one. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Save money when you combine your home and auto insurance. Talk to an agent today or call 800-STATE-FARM. You can save hundreds when you combine home and auto. State Farm, here to help life go right. Speaking of State Farm, well, Maureen Gillespie, who works up here in the press box in the lunchroom, she also is a theology teacher, and she was awarded the Teacher Hero Award, which is sponsored by State Farm. So congratulations to Maureen. Maureen is a high school teacher, as we mentioned, here in Philadelphia, and does such great work with her kids. And that's nice to see that they recognize some of the area teachers, not only here, but also around the country. So congratulations to Maureen. Maureen teaches 12th grade at Little Flower Catholic High School for girls in the Hunting Park section of North Philadelphia. Some of the quotes from from the story that was written about Maureen that is on the Little Flower website talk about how caring she is. Just some of the girls talk about how she's a mother away from home for a lot of the girls. That is a great honor. We thank the folks from State Farm for doing it. We thank Maureen for everything she does and for her smile every day.
I was just going to say that. She's so sweet and nice. Every time we go into press dining, she always has a big smile on her face.
Tommy Joseph takes inside 3-2. The reason for the award is that the teachers make every young person feel welcome and valued. As Tommy Joseph taps that one foul. Ben, what are you crumbling in the background? It's so loud.
It's not me, Tom.
It's not you? Keita, where are you going? 3 balls and 2 strikes to Tommy Joseph. Tommy hits a high chopper to third, and Nunez has it, and he throws Tommy out. Well, today is National Donut Day, and here at the ballpark we sell Federal donuts. And
yeah, we do.
Isn't that a treat? And they brought some up for us. Ben, you choose first, because I'll eat any of them.
I'm going to go with this one.
That's the one I was going to take.
It's still hot.
2 donuts, brown sugar, cinnamon. You got your choice out there. Get some chicken as well. All here at the ballpark, and of course in Center City. As Maikel Franco takes outside. This is the noise you heard in the background. Keita was setting it up for the shot.
So are you boys delivering? How's this work?
Yeah, get out in front of the dugout. We'll twirl it to you.
I'm very busy right now.
I see how it works. I see how it works.
They smell great, by the way.
They're still warm.
Yeah, they are. 2 balls and 1 strike.
So Murph, remember that diet I said I started a couple days ago?
Why do you have to go on a diet? I don't understand that.
I do remember.
How am I doing right now?
Not so good. That is a very tempting treat, I bet.
Maikel takes it outside, 3-2.
I'm not a huge sweets guy, but they are very good.
Well, I am a huge sweets guy, and they are really good. That ball back to the middle. Maikel Franco with a base hit. First hit of the day for the Phillies. Leadoff single. Michael Saunders coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Well, you see Michael Saunders in the lineup tonight, as well as Aaron Altair and Howie Kendrick. They're your 3 outfielders. The 3rd time in 4 games that Odubel Herrera has not been in Pete Mechanic's starting lineup, and he talked to reporters about that today. First and foremost, he said he talked to Odubel today about the idea that, hey, now I've got 4 outfielders, and I'm going to play the guys that are hitting, the hot bat. It's the way he has to go right now. He's told Odubel that he was not going to play tonight, will most likely play tomorrow. But he said, you know, you need to get your thoughts together. You need to realize what is going on. And they pointed out a very particular number to Odubel. How about this number? This year, his chase percentage, swinging at balls outside the strike zone, 49%. That's this season. Last season, 35%. That is an enormous discrepancy from a year ago when you stop to think about it. Chasing balls out of the strike zone at a 14% higher clip this year. That is what they want Odubel to try and understand. They want him to watch film. They want to see what he is doing and slowly start to correct that, because right now it's hard to hit pitches out of the strike zone, and opposing pitchers, they know that about Odubel, so they're widening that strike zone as well, and it's becoming more and more difficult for him to break out of the slope.
Sort of the same concept as Maikel Franco, widening the strike zone. Although Maikel, a lot of times it's the breaking ball that's away. You even look at Odubel's numbers from April to May, his chase percentage against the fastball. You know, changeups you kind of understand, they might go fishing every once in a while. Same with breaking balls. But against the fastball, his chase percentage was 29% in April. Now, he didn't have a fantastic April, but he had a better April.
Yeah.
In May, his chase percentage was 43% against the fastball. You would think he'd be, you know, dead red all the time with the fastball. Cameron Rupp with a single up the middle that ends in 0 for 18 for Cameron, and that has to be a huge burden off his shoulders.
Absolutely, and it's also Michael did it earlier this inning. Now Cameron does it again, letting a pitch get deep, staying up the middle. Getting back to Odubel, though, I think that the biggest thing, yes, the swing percentage is up on those balls out of the strike zone, but I don't see him using the left side of the field. The last couple of years, we've seen him get a lot of his hits to the left side, up the middle. It seems like he's trying to pull everything.
With his chase percentage being so high, it means his walk total is way down too. We showed those numbers the other day. We were joking about how much he walked last year, that he was the new Odubel. Well, I think people would like to see that again. Freddie Galvis pulls one foul down the left field line. Well, that would have made this game very interesting here in the second.
Sure would have. Isn't it amazing though how you can hit a ball that far, being that far out in front, but as long as you keep your hands back, you can still do damage.
Ground ball toward the left side, cut off by Nunez. And Cameron Rupp is forced out at second base. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left for the Phils. We'll move to the third. Log on to Phillies.com, go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. The question is, who threw the only perfect game, Ben, in Giants franchise history? Who threw the only perfect game in Giants franchise history? The answer will be revealed a little later on.
I think I know that. Fairly recent, was it not, Tom?
Depends on your term of recent. You mean last year? Maybe. Top half of the third. And Calixte, who walked his first time up, will be the batter. He fouls the first pitcher, Mykoff, back to the screen. It's 0-1. Giants average 3.33 runs per game, which is last in Major League Baseball, but they already have 4 runs in the first 2 innings tonight. Curveball. Check swing. He went around. Back-to-back curveballs. The putout goes 2-3 at first base. One out here in the third.
And a quick out. Jared could use a couple of those this inning. That's a tight hook there. He's got a little Hunter Pence in him, doesn't he? That leg kick and dropping the hands.
Speaking of Hunter Pence, he did start his rehab. He had a base hit in yesterday's ball game. And they expect he's going to be back on Monday from a hamstring injury that's besieged him this year. They've had a number of injuries this season, the Giants, like a lot of teams. Bouncer right side by Slater. And Cesar Hernandez throws him out. He was moving up the line.
Was a heck of a bat toss too. He did that his first at bat.
Eichhoff is one batter away from making this an easy inning, and he needs it.
Yes.
One to Block. Block walked his first time up. That was the last inning. And came around to score one of the 2 runs in the second. Two balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2. 2-1 curveballs to fastballs now for Jared.
He's getting worn out this year. He's averaging 2 to 3 a game. I love when umpires ask me, "Are you all right, Ben?" There's nothing up there to hurt. Yeah, I'm fine.
Outside, ball 4. He walked it for the second time.
I don't get that. The pitch call right there. A 3-2 curveball. The pitcher. The pitcher with 2 outs.
When was the last time you saw the pitcher walk twice in the game and one guy have 2 sacrifice flies in the first 3 innings of a game?
I just don't get it.
You're thinking just throw another fastball.
Throw a fastball unless he just feels like he just has
no command of
that fastball.
And that's a fair ball down the right field line. Denard Span is 3 for 3. Block is hustling to third. Nevin is holding him at third base. Yeah, that'll put runners on second and third with 2 men down.
Span's 3 for 3, and it's the 3rd inning.
Yeah, he had been 0 for his last 12 and 4 for his last 33.
Tucks it inside that line between the bag and Tommy Joseph.
He's had to do a lot of base running.
He sure has.
Third 3-hit game of the season for Denard Span. And Nunez fouls it back toward the sweet level, and it's 0-1.
Amazing though, we talk about the pitching and some of their struggles recently. I think the #1 word that we use over and over is command, and it's command of the fastball.
Right.
Jared just not able to locate that heater tonight, but everything works off your fastball. Just sets up the other pitches.
Popped him up. If it stays in play, it's playable near the Phillies dugout, but it's just inside the roof. 3-2. Well, you think about the Phillies starters. No Phillies pitcher has gotten an out in the 8th inning this year. No Phillies starting pitcher. And only one pitcher has gone more than 6 innings since May 6th.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? When you think about that, the kid that's on third base right now, Block, has gone 7 innings in each of his last 3 starts. At least 7 innings in each of his last 3 starts. I'm sorry, 4 starts. Each of the last 4 starts. Three balls, 2 strikes. Time is called. Down the left field line, and it's hooking foul. That was a hanger that just hung up in the zone. All 4. 4 walks for Jared. And Brandon Belt's coming up. Pete Maccannon's coming up the stairs, and that's probably going to be it for Jared Eickhoff. Just not his night. Pete signals to the pen.
And just think, he was through this inning, got the first 2 quick outs, ends up walking the pitcher, and he could have gotten out of that inning with around 60 pitches.
So 5 walks for Jared Eickhoff in tonight's game. So he will exit. Mark Leiter will come in. And it's 4-0 Giants. The ballpark on Sunday, thanks to the good folks at Tasty Cake, will receive the Michael Franco batting gloves. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Game time is 1:35 on Sunday. Beautiful sky. We are past 8 o'clock in the east. The sun didn't set until after about 8:30 last night.
Yeah.
Mark Leiter will take over. Leiter a 5.40 earned run average. His last outing was probably his most difficult. Bases are loaded. Brandon Belt is 0 for 2. He reached on an error his first time up, and then a fielder's choice his last time.
See, I like that double up in there.
He has certainly showed an ability to throw inside his fastball.
Belt probably saying, you know what, I threw me one inside. There's no way he's going back in. I'm going to dive.
That one may have just been a little wild inside. 2-1. Here's Jared Eickhoff, who reached a career high in walks with 5 tonight and allowed 6 hits, and the 3 runners on base are his responsibility. 3 balls and 1 strike. Never done it before. I know you have. It must be really hard for a pitcher who does not have a good outing, doesn't get out of the 3rd inning one day, and now has to sit and watch the rest of the game, but then sit and wait until his next outing, which is going to be on the road.
4 more days. Can't be easy.
Ball 4. That'll force in a run. 6 walks issued tonight by Phil's pitching. All this is happening with 2 outs. And it's now 5-0 San Francisco.
Ty Block has 2 walks and 2 runs scored.
Well, he's thinking this game is easy. One ball and 1 strike to Buster Posey, who walked his last time up. Swing and a miss. Posey strikes out for the 2nd time. They've struck out Posey twice tonight, but the Giants have still scored 5 runs. Leiter allows 1 inherited runner to score. We'll move to the bottom of the 3rd. Phillies trail at 5-0. Dealers and buy Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it. Phillies trail at 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. Mark Leiter will lead it off. Jared Eichhoff goes 2 2/3, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. Joining us up here in the booth is Phillies general manager Matt Klentak. Matt, thanks for coming on. I don't think we thought we'd see Mark Leiter in the bottom of the third inning leading things off for the Phils. And grounds one out to shortstop. Brandon Crawford is up with it.
I don't know if anybody thought they'd see Ben throwing down a donut either a couple innings ago.
He doesn't like sweets, Matt.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, I know you've been asked the last couple of days about the ball club. Obviously, we're 2 months through, and everybody can see what's been happening. A young team that's really been struggling at least through the month of May.
Yeah, I mean that's we're saying the same thing. You know, we talked about. I did some pregame media with the writers today, and they're asking a lot of questions about the young pitching or how come the offense isn't clicking. And you know what, I've kind of fallen back into saying this, but this is what rebuilding teams go through sometimes. And obviously you hope to minimize the stretch, and you hope it doesn't last more than a few games. And in this case, it's been more than that. But this is one of the realities of rebuilding. And just to use a couple of examples, the Washington Nationals now, we would trade places with them, but they went through this for a couple of years, where they were the worst team in baseball. The Cubs went through this for 4 or 5 years. The Astros went through it, a tough stretch where they lost 100 games 3 years in a row. It's obviously we hope to minimize it. We have tried, and we're going to continue to try to field the best team possible. But sometimes when you have young players, and we do, this is a very young roster, we're gonna have ups and downs. So that's what we're in right now.
What's the one part of this ball club right now that you thought would be a little bit better or a little bit more advanced?
Yeah, I think it's funny. In April, we were.
That ball smoked off Nunez.
In April, I think our offense got off to a pretty good start, especially relative to last year, and some of the improvements that we tried to make in the offseason, and I think we started to see that. Not only started to, we did see that. I mean, in April we were scoring runs pretty well, and then in May, not even in May, but really the last 2 weeks, the offense has just shut down, and that's that's tough. That puts a lot of extra pressure on the pitching staff to throw up zeros, and and obviously the outcome is what the outcome's been the last few weeks. But
there's a bounce of a shortstop, and Aaron Altair hits into a double play.
I'll finish the thought really quickly, but it's in the same way that our bullpen was much maligned in April. We had confidence that they would turn it around, and they did.
Yeah.
And in May they've been a lot better. So that's what we're hoping for, that the offense will do the same, and starting pitching will come around, and it'll get clicking. It always does. This is baseball. It'll turn back, and hopefully it comes sooner rather than later.
All right, we'll head to the top of the fourth inning. The Phillies trail at 5-0 here at Citizens Bank Park. Crisp Coors Light, and it deals with Brandon Crawford. Became the first player with 2 sac flies in a game against the Phils since Matt Adams of the Cardinals in June of 2014. He's the 5th ever player to here at Citizens Bank Park. He's the first Giants player since Buster Posey in 2014 against the Cubs. We thank Matt Klentak for joining us. Sorry it was so quickly. The inning ended so fast in the bottom of the 3rd. Who would have thought Aaron Altair would have hit it to a double play of all people with his speed. So Crawford 2 sac flies tonight. 1 to left, 1 to center. Had a little tapper back toward the right side, picked up by Rupp, and he throws him out. Fine play.
Very good play. Knowing he has to barehand it, puts that big bear claw down. And one thing you got to do here, you just can't really scoop it up. You have to get it and press it down into that ground. You see him go down into the ground, make sure it gets secured into his hand. You see him go down with it right there. Fired on to first base. Good play.
Here's Joe Panik. Panik is doubled. He's also flied to center field. And it's 0-1. Panik is 1 for 2. He doubled to right center field, and he also flied out to center.
Very good plane on that fastball right there. Good plane. Not a ton of effort out of Mark Leiter Jr. Certain pitchers that I face, Roger Clemens is one, Curt Schilling is another. They seem to throw that fastball on a plane. As Panik smothers one to first base, Tommy Joseph takes it, 3 unassisted. They threw it on such a plane where it was a strike, but it never felt like you could reach it. It was just their release point, and it would just come in on just a straight line. The catcher would catch it, you know it's a strike. There's just not a whole lot you can do about it.
Well, here's Calixte, who is 0 for 1. He struck out his last time up, walked his first time. And the first pitch on the outside corner, 0-1. Good pitch. Spot, yeah. By the way, speaking of Matt, he did meet with the media today, which you can find that footage on csnphilly.com. He said a lot of enlightening things about the ball club, his expectations, some of the things that he talked about that you asked him. He talked about Vince Velasquez and Velasquez's injury, as that one is lofted over the head of Galvis for a base hit. A 2-out single. Velasquez's injury is a grade 1 strain, which is what they had hoped for. The MRI yesterday showed that, so they'll shut him down for a couple weeks. There's Vince. He talked about Ben Lively today, the fact that Lively will start tomorrow for the Phillies. And they're excited about that.
It is something that to have that much patience, though, that Matt has.
I did want to ask him about that. He and I have talked about that off the air, but just I think every administrator, whether it be Ed Wade, Pat Gillick, Ruben Amaro, Matt Klentak, at some point, you have to learn that form of patience.
Yes. It's so difficult. It's like having a child. Like, this is his, so to speak, their child. You have to have patience. But sometimes it's a lot harder. When things aren't going well, even as a parent, when things aren't going well, you lose that patience.
Yep. And just like all the fans, I mean, we've watched it, he's watched it, Pete's watched it, and they know where the limitations are right now. 1 ball, no strikes. That pitch is low to Slater. Slater's 0 for 2 in his major league debut. But anyway, you can go to csnphilly.com to find out, listen to more of what Matt talked about today. You can also see what Jim Salisbury had to say with Matt. He did about a 5-minute interview with him before Wednesday's game. 3-0. And ball 4. So Slater is aboard for the first time in his big league career. Yeah, that'll bring Block to the plate. MLB.TV Premium is back and better than ever. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. That must be a hard target to find. We should go back and count how many balls have been against him.
Well, his first at bat, he walked on 4 pitches. His next at bat, he walked on a 3-2 curveball.
2 balls here. Bob McClure heading out to the mound. So we're talking 10-2 balls to strikes against Ty Block. That's remarkable.
Yeah.
Phillies have thrown 98 pitches with 2 outs here in the 4th. Ball 3.
Would you say that the manager, the field manager, would have to have more patience than the general manager situations like this, or?
I think they both have to have equal amount of patience. I think sometimes it's harder on the manager because he's with them every day, and you got to, you have to keep a sort of an uplifting spirit from time to time. You can get hot under the collar like everybody else does.
But how that man has handled it is,
Pete,
it's amazing.
He's done it with humor. He's done it with firmness too. He has not let a lot of things go. He has not changed his personality outwardly. Three balls, 2 strikes. The runners will go. And ball 4. That'll load the bases up. Block has walked 3 times in this game. The last San Francisco pitcher with 2 walks in his first 2 plate appearances was Tim Lincecum in 2012. And Carl Graver is feverishly typing to try to figure out who the last pitcher is to walk 3 times in his first 3 plate appearances. Carl, I don't even think you have to go with the Giants. I think you can go across the board on this one. Ball, no strikes. Aaron Cook with Colorado against Milwaukee in 2009. Carl is nodding in agreement. I have to say, Phil Cuzzi is not squeezing anybody either. I mean, you might think that in a game like this with all the walks that have taken place. There are 8 walks issued by Phillies pitching. But I don't think he's squeezing anybody. And we have PitchCast that can give us a little insight, but without even looking at it, I don't think he's squeezing anybody.
No.
Fly ball center field. And Altair is out there. Giants leave and loaded here in the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 3 men left. We will move to the bottom of the 4th inning ever slowly. The Phillies down 5-0. Baseball is brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. By Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEFF now or visit jefferson.edu. And by your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. Hello, Ben Davis and Greg Murphy. I'm Tom McCarthy. Pleasant night here at the ballpark despite the score and the amount of walks that have been issued by Phil's pitching. Phillies trail at 5-0. And Howie Kendrick will lead things off. Howie grounded out his first time up. Ty Blach has allowed just 3 hits so far. And a line drive base hit it to left field. Howie now with his 5th hit since coming back off the disabled list. He's swinging the bat really well.
Boy, was that crisp. Oh, it was cooked off the bat. Little backdoor slider or curveball there. Howie stays back, keeps his hands back, head down on the baseball. High finish. That's a pretty swing.
Tommy Joseph takes a strike. Tommy grounded out to third his first time up. Little tapper foul off his foot. Time to take a look at our State Farm combo. State Farm here to help life go right. And it's Altair and Joseph, as Matt pointed out today. Those 2 guys have been the big bright spots. Matt Klentak, that is, big bright spots for the Phillies in the month of May. Each hit 300. They combined for 13 home runs and 39 runs batted in.
Impressed with Blach's willingness to pitch inside on these right-handed hitters. He sets up that good changeup to the outer part.
Tommy's down looking, 1 away.
look here, your GMC pitch cast. Good pitch. Pitch before that was, I think, a lot closer than Tommy thought.
Well, now it's Michael Franco. Franco singled his last time up. One. He's doing a little different, doing a little differently than what the Phillies pitchers have done, and that's getting ahead of these Phillies hitters. Popped up. Belt, the first baseman, comes down the line to make the catch. And that was a fair ball. 2 outs. Now that's the pitch that he's had so much trouble with. That and even the pitches that are farther off the plate.
He's out there with that changeup. Franco way out in front. It's right off the end of the bat.
So 2 away, and here's Saunders. Saunders hits it back toward the right side. Panic's got it. Calmly throws it to first. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. A 9-pitch 4th inning. We'll go to the 5th. 5-0 Giants. Top of the 5th inning here on Friday night at Citizens Bank Park. So this is what we talked about with Jared Eickhoff. Since the second mound visit by Rick Kranitz, he went 19 curveballs to 9 fastballs. I guess that's the indication that the fastball, he just didn't have the command of it.
No, he did not. Kept yanking everything away from righties with that heater.
Now, would you do that as a catcher? And I know that was more Rick Kranitz that decided to do it, but would you do that as a catcher?
Yeah, you got to find something you can throw consistently for a strike.
Ball is pulled to left field, and Howie Kendrick makes the catch. Nunez retired, 1 out. Now the Phillies pitchers, 53 balls, 54 strikes. That's Eickhoff and Mark Leiter Jr.
I'm not trying to make light of it, but the Phillies are actually lucky to only be down 5-0 with the 8 walks. I mean, that's
true.
It could be a lot worse.
0-2 to Belt. Line drive, one hopper, flag down by Freddie Galvis. Nice play by Tommy Joseph on the opposite end. 6-3 on the putout.
It's another 0-2 pitch hit entirely too hard. Take a look at our Hyundai defensive play of the game. You just saw it. Batter Brandon Belt. Freddie Galvis gets to it, one knee. Good pick by Tommy Joseph. First base. Whew. He's got some hands, doesn't he, T-Mac?
He does.
There's your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
We have Freddie Galvis at shortstop for the Phillies tonight. Brandon Crawford, the shortstop for the Giants. Flag right back down by Mark Leiter. That's a 7-pitch inning. All 7 pitches strikes. Galvis makes a fine play to help the cause of Mark Leiter Jr. As we move to the bottom of the 5th inning, the Phillies trail at 5-0. League report. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. Phillies announced their players of the month for the month of May. Dylan Cousins, Scott Kingery, the co-offensive players of the month. Boy, they both had fantastic months. That was good to see for Cousins, and Kingery just keeps on hitting. Eshelman, the pitcher of the month. He's been a revelation since going to AAA. And Zach Coppola, who has just moved up to the Reading Titans, is the defender of the month.
I was at a function with Dickie Knowles yesterday, and he had spent some time in Reading watching the Titans play, and he's in love with Scott Kingery. Loves 4 for 4 yesterday, hitting his 17th home run.
How about the exchange he had with Aaron Judge, because both of them are the leaders in all of baseball, and they worked out together in Phoenix this past offseason, so they got to be very friendly. They said, hey man, slow down. Let me catch you. As Cameron Rupp picks up his second hit. Leadoff single here in the 5th. Reading is in Akron, taking on the Rubber Duckies.
Yeah, they are.
And Kingery's 0 for 3. Freddie Galvis takes a strike, 0-1. Back toward us. Let's see who got it, Ben.
It's the closest one I've seen come up here.
Freddie Galvis went fishing after a breaking pitch, and he has struck out. Third strikeout for Block. How do you make your packages stand out? Well, add a little color. Avery Neon shipping labels ensure all your shipping messages get noticed. Perfect for any priority message. And W.B. Mason delivers the same day when you order by 11:30. Local service, personalized. 2-button. W.B. Mason. A reminder, June 17th when the Phillies take on the Diamondbacks. All fans 14 and younger will receive the W.B. Mason collectible truck. Look good in the mantle of your new house, Ben.
It would.
Also could have helped you move by having that truck.
It definitely would have.
There's Daniel Nava just off the disabled list.
A lot of boxes still around, Tom. A lot of boxes.
Well, a lot of trophies that you have to put up.
Yeah.
Poor Meg. Can we throw these away? No, I need to look at them one more time.
Stop.
And she was a better athlete than you anyway.
This is true.
Joely Rodriguez warming up in the pen. Nava with a healthy hack, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball to third, might be 2, and it will be. 5-4-3. It's another double play, helping the cause of Ty Block. 11 ground ball outs for Block. We'll move to the 6th here in Philly. All at the plate and produce offense for Pete Buchanan's lineup. Tommy's production in the month of May keeps on growing with a career best in RBIs during a month. Also reaching a career best in home runs for the month. The revival of his power swing has been a welcomed addition. Joseph has brought the consistency, brought the power, and finally added walk-off to his resume. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. African-American Heritage celebration here at Citizens Bank Park, and the Fanatic getting into the swing of things. The Fanatic can adapt to anything. Looks like he just picked up that dance a second ago.
If you came from the Galapagos Islands, you could adapt too, Tom.
That group is Odunde 365. Very talented youngsters. So as we go to the top of the 6th inning, Rodriguez takes over for Mark Leiter. came on for Jared Eichhoff. Eichhoff had gone 2 2/3 and 6 hits. So here's Joe Ellie, 1 and 2, 5.96 ERA. And Brandon Crawford takes low. Phillies have walked 8 batters in a game in the first 4 innings for the first time since 2002. 8 walks in the first 4 innings tonight, including the opposing pitcher 3 times. Inside, 3 and 1. Mark Leiter, 2 1/3, 1 hit, no runs, 1 inherited runner scored. He walked 3, struck out 1. Check swing. He did not go, so ball 4, 9 walks. Now Joe Panik is up. Panik tonight is 1 for 3. The high water mark this year in Major League Baseball in walks are the Cincinnati Reds, who on the 8th of April walked 12 batters. The Giants, they know what the Phillies are going through here. Topper out toward first. Tommy Joseph has it. Flips to Joe Ellie covering off his glove, and everybody is safe. I think Joe Ellie was looking for the bag, looking for the baseball, and he'll be charged with that error.
It's a tough play because of the angle in which Tommy Joseph had to throw the ball. It's tough. You're right. He's trying to find the bag and the ball at the same time, and the angle is directly back at him. He's running the other way, and the ball's coming from the complete opposite direction.
Wow. So the Reds have walked 12 in a game this year. The Giants have walked 12 in the game. The Marlins, Padres, Rays have all walked 11. And the Orioles. Cubs have walked 10. Outside, 2-1. This is a Giants team that started the season 9-17 in April and 13-16 in May. They were at the 500 mark until they lost all 3 to the Washington Nationals. Oh, that little guy thinks he's got a chance here. Whoop. He had it. In the National League West, the Padres and the Giants each 11.5 games out. Dodgers, Colorado, and Arizona, they are in a logjam. Kalexty is struck out, 1 away.
I was very impressed with that Colorado Rockies ball club.
I was also
very impressed.
There's Austin Slater. Only because of their offensive balance. Their pitching has been surprising, the Rockies. But even the Diamondbacks have been very surprising this year. Slater takes low, 1-0. I was looking at some of the Diamondbacks numbers. Now this isn't going to tell a whole story. You realize that they have stolen third successfully 14 times this year. They've attempted 17 steals of third, 14 successful. I bring that up because they've relied on aggressiveness this year. To kind of put it into perspective, the Phillies and one other team have not successfully stolen third this year. But that number, the fact that they've stolen home twice, the Diamondbacks, and have been successful once, and a couple other numbers show their aggressiveness in some ways. 2-1.
And they're a team that hit a lot of balls out of the ballpark last year, and they'll continue to do that with the lineup that they have. But they're still not just waiting around and relying on that. I'm trying to make it happen.
Having Goldschmidt doesn't hurt.
No.
He, of his 12 home runs, 40 RBIs, 40 walks, and .430 on base percentage. 2-2.
Joel, good run on that fastball. Nice pitch at 95.
Runners go. Pitches bounce back toward the middle. Base hit it to left center field. Slater has his first major league hit and his first major league RBI. And it's 6-0 Giants on top. His family and friends are happy that they came to see him make his major league debut.
Both runners in motion. Slater hits it up the middle. Family very excited. As well they should be. A big moment in that young man's life.
High fives for the Slater family. Well, here's Block, who has walked 3 times and has scored twice. First Giants pitcher with 3 walks in his first 3 plate appearances since Ray Sadecki in 1969. Wow. First pitcher with 3 walks against the Phillies since 1936.
Red Lucas.
Crazy Red Lucas.
The best names back then. Didn't they?
What do you think they would have called you, Ben?
I don't know.
Since your real name is Mark, that's your nickname.
Like Red, Mudcat.
Mudcat Davis. Switch Davis. In the dirt, 3-2.
You saw the swings at the fastball. Try and back foot a slider there.
And a flare down the right field line, foul. Strike 3 called. They finally have been able to figure out how to retire tie block. Took a long time.
This pitch at the bottom of the zone here. I'm going to look at your GMC pitch cast. Woo.
Here's Denard Span, who is 3 for 4. He's up for the 5th time in 6 innings. That usually dictates a lack of success for the opposition. Block doesn't know what to do with himself. Panic's at third. Slater's at first. .140 pitches for the Phillies to 61 for Block. And that's a base hit through the hole on the left side. 4 hits for Span. A run scores 7-0 Giants. Give him credit because in 2 of his at-bats he had 2 strikes.
Yeah. He's down in the count and just puts the ball in play. Hits it where it's pitched. Not the prettiest swing, but very effective.
Luis Garcia now warming up in the bullpen. No balls and 2 strikes now to Nunez. Nunez has doubled and scored. He's driven in a run. He's walked and he's lined out to left field. Ball ate up Cameron Rupp. He was able to block it. There's a line drive into the gap in left center field. That's going to score 2. And Nunez will pull into second base with a 2-run double. 9-0 San Francisco.
The first and second batter for San Francisco tonight. 7 hits combined. 7 hits combined.
And I don't know what you do if you Pete. I really don't. I mean, all you can do is just try to go get somebody else that can get some outs. I mean, this is crazy what's going on these last 5 weeks. Joely Rodriguez is done. Luis Garcia is coming in, just trying to get the last out here in the 6th inning. Coming up, sponsored by Xfinity, Thursday, July 6th, when the Pirates are here, and then Friday, July 7th, when San Diego's in town. Game 1 is a 6:05 start. Game 2 of that fireworks series is at 6:35. It's early to start planning to see these games. Go to Phillies.com for more information and to order. Joely Rodriguez is charged with 4 runs. He's going to have some unearned runs in there because of his error. Here's Brandon Belt to face Luis Garcia. And he fires the first pitch foul off the facing of the sweet level. Garcia's numbers 2.30 earned run average.
Nine. Nice play by Cameron.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Helps to have a big old barrel chest like that, doesn't it?
Well, it sure does.
Now you have that chest protector on, but they still hurt.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Belt with a runner at second base here in the 6th. And a strike 3 call. Belt's down looking. 8 men come to the plate in the inning. 39 pitches were thrown in the inning. And 4 runs scored. 9-0 San Francisco. Cesar is due up when we come back.
Started with the national anthem today here at Citizens Bank Park, but that was just not a regular rendition of the national anthem, at least not for us. The man you just saw is Al Norfleet, and who is Al Norfleet? Well, you may remember him from a commercial a long time ago with Donovan McNabb and Wilma McNabb as he drove the bus for Donovan and his mom. It was a Chunky Soup commercial. Well, that was Al's first claim to fame, but what he really does on a daily basis, he is a bus driver here in Philadelphia, and he is our bus drivers. Many people know that we spend an awful lot of time, guys, on buses and airplanes as we travel from Major League City from one to another. Well, in Philadelphia, Al is the man that takes us from here to the airport or here to New York or wherever we are going. He's just an absolutely wonderful man. And I'll be honest with you, I had no idea the man could sing as well as he does. Sang the national anthem today. I got a chance to talk to him before the game. I said, have you done this before? He said he has done it here at the ballpark once or twice before, also before Eagles games and Sixers games. He also drives those guys around as well. So Al is a guy that is near and dear to our heart, and man, he killed it tonight here at the ballpark. He was awesome.
He did, and when he was warming up today, he had his Academy bus outfit on, and everybody, all the players were turned around because they know him, obviously. All the players were turned around watching him as he was performing his rehearsal before today's game. It was great. Nice that we were able to show a little of it too, because he is a sweet man.
Yes, he is. Big voice, big guns.
Yeah. Here's Aaron Altair. One of the great things about being in this game are all of the people that we meet behind the scenes. You know, all the players and the front office personnel. It's incredible to be part of their world, but even some of the others, whether it be the ticket takers here at Citizens Bank Park, the security guards here at Citizens Bank Park, the folks in the lunchroom, from Sharon to Patty to Frank to Joanne to John to Maureen, but even, you know, our bus drivers who are such a part of our family. When we won the World Championship, I mean, there's a picture of Al that you can find with a Phillies jacket on holding the trophy.
Yeah. They make our lives a whole lot easier and happier.
Fly ball to right field. Cesar goes a quarter of the way, makes the catch, 1 out. And Howie Kendrick will be the batter. He's 1 for 2. He is singled. He's also grounded out to third base. Can you deem this guy on the mound an afterthought because of everything that's gone wrong for the Phillies tonight on the mound and all of the offense that the Giants have put together?
He's kind of flown underneath the radar tonight, but he's really doing his job. No runs. 6 hits scattered about, just 71 pitches. Hey, he's been very good. I'm very impressed by him.
Nothing at all overpowering, which we knew coming in.
And nothing really out over the middle of the plate. Good command on both sides.
Out of Creighton University in Omaha, Nebraska. Selected in the 5th round by the Giants in 2012. Missed in 2-2. He was fooling him in college, though. His 1 year, he threw 102 innings, had 101 strikeouts. Pretty good strikeout total.
Yeah.
Ties up Howie Kendrick and gets a strikeout here in the 6th inning. 2 outs. Phillies baseball is brought to you by W.B. Mason. Who but W.B. Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. And by Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. Tommy Joseph went down looking his first time at the plate. Little dribbler to the right of the mound. Belt's got it. Flips to block covering. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. 3-1 on the putout. We've played 6. And we zoom to the 7th. It's 9-0 Giants. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. Well, this has not been a good night for the Phils or their pitching. They have walked 9 batters tonight. They trail at 9-0. Block has 6 innings under his belt, 6 hits. He's also walked 3 times. And now Buster Posey will lead it off, and he swings at the first pitch. And he fouls it over the first base dugout. Posey lines it right at Freddie Galvis.
The Giants with 9 runs on the board and pretty much have held Brandon Belt and Buster Posey in check all night.
Ironies of baseball, Ben. There's Brandon Crawford, who has 2 sac flies. So Crawford's up, and I know we have 2 more games to talk about this, but you have arguably the 2 best defensive shortstops in the National League in the building here tonight, between Crawford and Freddie Galvis. The Gold Glove, in some senses, is a popularity contest. I think we all recognize that. It was hard to choose between Brandon Crawford and Freddie Galvis. You know, we here in Philadelphia would say Freddie should have won it last year.
Right.
Folks in San Francisco will no doubt say that Brandon should win it again. That one is past Cesar Hernandez for a base hit. Their numbers were very close. Total chances, fielding percentage overall, number of errors between the two, although Brandon Crawford made more errors in the second half of the season than Freddie Galvis made. But I don't think you can deny either one that recognition. It's unfortunate that only one gets it. There's going to come a point where that guy's going to win one, though.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Now, he's probably going to have to wrestle it away from Brandon Crawford, but that can happen. Paddock fouls it off to the left side.
I think we all expect Freddie to get one, and he expects himself to get one.
Yeah, I did think he was going to win it last year, and I think the world of Crawford as a defender. I mean, even the World Baseball Classic. I mean, how many plays did he make in that this year that were just so good?
Yeah.
And he only has 2 errors this season.
They both take a lot of pride in their D.
Line drive caught by Cesar. 2 outs. That might have been one of the hardest hit balls of the night. So Paddock is retired. And Gluckstein is coming up.
I remember last year Freddie switched to a Rawlings model glove from his customary Wilson.
So it is all about the equipment.
And I said, that red patch right there. I said, Freddie, why'd you switch gloves? He goes, I like this model better. And he said, but I want gold right here, right where that red Rawlings patch is. He said, I want gold right there.
To me, it's one of the awards that is as special as you will find in baseball.
And it's such a premium position, the shortstop, anywhere up the middle. You get one there, boy, you've earned it.
0-2. I mean, think about the improvements that Freddie had last year compared to the year before. 17 errors in 2015 to 8 last year. 9 fielding errors in 2015. 3 last year. As Luis Garcia gets the strikeout to finish up the top of the 7th inning. 1 runner left on base for the Giants. Time to stretch. The Phils, man, they are in search of a little offense when we come back. Point. Well, there it is right there. But there's more to it. Walk after walk after walk after walk. As Maikel Franco swings at the first pitch. One pitch, one away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And after walk after walk after walk.
One there, one there, one there, one there.
You have to laugh.
And then you got to do this one 3 times.
Yeah, you do. He's going to get dizzy looking at that one. Saunders fouls it over the head of the cotton candy man. And it remains 2-2. Right over his head. Didn't miss a beat though.
You think they draw straws as to who gets the cotton candy and who gets the big bucket
That's
of
a good question. I think it's
water
seniority.
or beer?
I think it's seniority.
Do you?
I do.
Because that's a whole heck of a lot different than carrying that.
Oh, I was looking at it from how much you might make. Saunders out to left field. There are 2 outs. Might be some kids who are in the stands selling cotton candy or soft drinks to get themselves into college, right, Murph?
That was the message today here at Citizens Bank Park. You're right about that, Tom. You know, things not going well on the field, but it was a great day before the game for a couple hundred high school students who were part of the high school series here at Citizens Bank Park. We had a packed house. I was lucky enough to moderate the event today with a great panel. You know, 4 members of the front office that do all different kinds of things in and around the ballpark. Ty Kelly joined us as well. You see the packed house, and the kids came from high schools all over the place, guys. It's the first of 2 series where they get to ask questions of the players and the front office staff to find out just how they got their job in baseball, how maybe they could get a job in baseball. So it's always a lot of fun. And how about this? We had one high school student that came for this event from Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas.
Wow.
Yeah. His mom's originally from Philly. He saw the event online, Phillies.com, said, I want to go to that. His mom said, well, we'll combine it with a trip back home to see some family, and that's what they did. And they were here tonight. There is one other one, late September, September 29th. So if high school students or teachers are interested in that, they can check out Phillies.com.
That's awesome. Well, and Ty Kelly's a pretty good guy to have in there, not only because he's a major league player, played in the World Baseball Classic, but he has a lot of other interests outside of baseball. And I think he can share sort of an eclectic view that you can not only play the game, but he's a screenwriter, he's a songwriter. I mean, he's done so many things, even while playing baseball. So I think his perspective is a nice perspective to have. Cameron Rupp out to shallow right field.
You know about the downtime that a lot of these players have.
That's
it.
it.
A lot of hotel hours spent. You can find some time to occupy doing something that you like. Why not?
Blanc has gone 7 in 5 straight games, including tonight. It's brought to you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by McDonald's. Now at McDonald's, an ice cold delicious soft drink is only $1. I'm loving it. Well, that is Fresh performing on the dugout along with the Fanatic. You think they just told the Fanatic, you know, just do the sprinkler. We're going to do some other stuff. They just do the sprinkler.
When in doubt, do the sprinkler. Maybe the shopping cart.
Top of the 8th inning, Luis Garcia continues against Austin Slater, who has his first Major League hit and first Major League RBI tonight. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Slater, who down in the minor leagues was hitting .322, a lifetime .308 hitter in 4 years of minor league baseball. Did you feel like you had to hit 300 in the minor leagues to get to the big leagues? Did you even think about that?
No. I never thought of it. I just looked to improve every day. I never looked at it, minor league, as reaching a number. I looked at it as development. Now, that was when I was coming up through the system, not to the big leagues yet. Once I got there, and unfortunately had to go back down, then it was about putting up numbers and getting your tail back to the big leagues.
Giants pitcher Ty Blach.
Ty Blach has walked 3 times and has struck out. Every time the Phillies pitchers retire the opposition 1-2-3, which they did in the 5th inning, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Back-to-back strikeouts for Garcia. In fact, that's 3 in a row.
Boy, Luis has some stuff tonight, doesn't he?
He does. Time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans trivia quiz answer. All right, Ben, here we go. Who threw the only perfect game in Giants franchise history?
That would be the one and only Matt Cain.
And how many strikeouts did he have in the game?
That I don't know. But it was fairly
part
recent.
Of the question.
It's fairly recent.
June 13, 2012. He struck out 14, which matched the total that Sandy Koufax had for the high mark in baseball history for a perfect game. If not just a perfect game, but he's going to strike out 14. There's Cain. It's the 22nd perfect game in baseball history.
It's a shame he's been plagued with injuries over the years. He's special.
Yeah, 3-4 this year with a 4.53 ERA. He'll start it against Milwaukee this week. If you remember that game, and I watched highlights of it this morning, there was one play in particular, and they always say that a no-hitter or a perfect game has one special moment, and it was Gregor Blanco who made an unbelievable diving catch to preserve that perfect game. To right center field, and Denard Span has his 5th hit of the night. Well, that's certainly going to change his batting average. That's his 2nd double, 5 for 6.
I think that wrist is feeling okay, Tom.
I would agree.
That's a good piece of hitting. Pitches down, stays down and through it. I think he was thinking 3, but I think with the way the game is now, up 9-0.
How about this juncture in the season? His average started at 231, and he is now hitting 260.
Gotta love that.
Eduardo Nunez has 3 hits this evening. Pretty good offensive numbers between those two guys, huh? Nice to see them out at the ballpark.
Say hey, kid, and will the thrill. To this day, my buddy Joe cannot have a hitting conversation without mentioning Will Clark throwing the cape. Can't do it.
Little Joe?
Little Joe.
Fly ball to right center field.
But he was a joy to watch. Hit, joy to watch. Play first base. Put up some great numbers.
The bottom of the 8th inning. And Block is still out there. He's thrown 90 pitches. That was Gorkis Hernandez takes over in center field. That was number 91, by the way. Little tapper over to left side, fielded by Christian Arroyo, who just entered the game at third. And Freddie Galvis is out. Ty Kelly's coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murphy.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Time for our unlimited baseball break presented by T-Mobile. A couple of milestones for a couple of future Hall of Famers. First up in Detroit, Miguel Cabrera. He just continues to rake. He drilled a 2-run double in the second inning of their game versus the White Sox. How about it is career extra base hit number 1,000 for Miguel Cabrera. He is one of 4 active players that have 1,000 extra base hits. And another milestone, this one happening in Milwaukee, Dodgers ace Clayton Kershaw on the hill. How about strikeout in his career number 2,000 for Clayton Kershaw? He is the 3rd fastest player in history to get to 2,000 behind just Pedro Martinez and Randy Johnson. Yeah, he's ahead of that guy Nolan Ryan, getting to 2,000 strikeouts in his career. So a couple of milestones for those guys tonight.
You got nothing for 3,000?
I got nothing for 3,000. Not yet.
Ty Kelly out toward left field. There are 2 outs. Maybe do a movie review of Mr. 3000.
I did see that movie. You want me to talk about that? I actually went out to the junket for that movie out in L.A. Interviewed Bernie Mac.
Did you really?
Yeah. And while interviewing Bernie Mac on pitcher's mound at Dodger Stadium.
You fell?
No.
Oh.
The lights collapsed on top of me while I was doing the interview. True story.
You okay?
Bernie was very apologetic. Yes, he was. Yeah, I was okay. It made for good television.
Do you have a copy of it?
Probably somewhere I do. Yeah.
You have it stored with your Drake video?
It's in with the video with Drake and my High School Musical. It's a big box.
Bouncer out to shortstop. Crawford has it, and he throws out Cesar Hernandez. Well, in a blink of an eye, the bottom of the 8th inning has come to a close. 1, 2, 3 go the Phils. 15 groundouts for Block. We move to the 9th inning. Deliveries of the games. How about Denard Span?
Well, he was very, very good for these Giants tonight. A single in the first.
2 strikes.
2 strikes. A single in the second. Scoring 2 runs in those first 2 innings. A double in the third. Finally able to get him to fly out in the 4th inning, but then a single in the 6th inning.
2 strikes.
2 strikes. And then another double in the 8th. 5 for 6. Denard Span, like you said, Tom, raising its average from 231 to 260. They are your WB Mason deliveries of the game.
Ramos will take over for the Phillies here in the top of the 9th inning. 9-0. San Francisco's on top. Phillies have walked 9 batters in this game. Ramos will take over for Garcia, who really settled things down for 2 1/3 scoreless. And Ramos faces Brandon Belt. Belt has 2 RBIs tonight, despite the fact he does not have a hit. Nine runs on 12 hits for the Giants. No runs on 6 hits for the Phils. 2-1.
Belt and Posey, the only ones in the starting lineup without a hit. That bullpen is quiet. The San Francisco Giants. I would imagine he'd go back out.
Yeah, you might as well let him
they've
try
been
it.
Stress-free innings tonight.
One guy who they do have in the bullpen is Hunter Strickland, who appealed his suspension from Major League Baseball. And the Giants were unsure as to whether he was going to meet with Major League Baseball today, because he's here on the East Coast, or if it was going to be at another date. As Belt lines one to center, so he has a hit. They found out that Strickland would not meet with Major League Baseball today, and this is the reason why he hit Bryce Harper earlier this week, and then they had a little difference of opinion out on the mound. They both squared off a couple times. It was interesting listening to the radio calls for both teams. The Nationals had Harper landing the first punch, and the Giants had Strickland landing the first punch. Anyway, Harper was suspended 4 games. Then he appealed. His suspension was cut down to 3. Strickland is hoping that his will be cut down. He was suspended for 6 games. As Posey takes up and in.
How many do you think Harper would have gotten if he would have connected with that helmet?
I don't think it should have mattered. I think the fact he threw the helmet, he should have gotten the same amount.
Okay.
I think it's intent. You know, he said that he was. He said that he let it go off to the right to get rid of it. I think they should have suspended him longer. I think Strickland should have gotten longer. But somebody else is making those decisions. I don't think either should have had their suspensions cut.
Right.
I know there's a negotiation, I guess, that's part of it.
They seemingly always get cut down.
They
don't
do.
They?
Yep. Doesn't make it any better. I mean, it would have made it maybe bodily worse for Strickland if he would have connected with the helmet. But the intent was still there. He tried to throw it. Posey takes low, 2-2. In fact, I think the fact that he brought an object with him made it worse.
Yeah. This is better than a bat, though.
It is better than a bat. Think about you as a player, how you would have reacted if somebody had thrown a helmet at you.
Yeah.
You would have got even madder.
Yes.
Back toward the middle and a base hit for Posey. So Posey and Belt now have a hit.
I had to open my mouth, didn't I?
Tomorrow morning, wake up with NBC 10 News Today with Tracy, Vi, Bill, and Jessica. News, weather, and traffic to get you and your family up and out the door weekdays 4:30 and 7. Count on it. So do that on Monday morning as you get ready for your work week. There's Brandon Crawford. Over to first base. Nice hop for Tommy Joseph. He'll just get the out at first. One out. Runners at second and third.
Second baseman, Joe Henry.
Good velocity, best we've seen out of Edubray Ramos all season. 97 in that last pitch.
Little bloop out towards shallow left field. Kendrick comes sprinting in, takes it on a hop, throws to the plate, and not in time to get Bell. So a run scores, 10-0. Paddock's second hit of the night.
Little duck snort here in the left field. Drops just in front of Howie Kendrick.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
They might appeal that one. He's going after that breaking ball in the dirt all night. He's got the hat trick.
Ball 4. Walk number 10. And the bases are loaded with 1 out. And Slater, who is 1 for 4 in his major league debut with an RBI. And 1. With 2. Hit so sharply it knocked Max Stairs' folder right off the counter. No balls, 2 strikes.
I'm sure Slater will keep that bat after he breaks it. Remember, I still have my first bat that I have was an Andujar Cedeno Worth wooden bat that I got my first professional hit with. It's my parents' cellar right now.
Did it have your name on it?
No, that Andujar Cedenos. When I signed, we all flew out to San Diego, and Tony Gwynn took me in the bat rack in the back. And he goes, "Come on, man, I'll get you some sticks." I said, "All right, T." I didn't say that, but I said, "Really?"
All right, T.
Well, that was later on. But yeah, he took me in the bag and just started stuffing a bag. Slater goes down. Look, he starts stuffing a bat bag full of sticks, and you go like, you know, I'm switching from an Easton Secor to a wood bat. You know, I'm going to Idaho Falls, and I had some big league lumber. I mean, that was like gold. And I remember I got my first hit with the Andujar Cedeno Worth bat.
Did you ever cross paths with Andujar to tell him that you used his bat?
But it was just weird. You know, you're an 18-year-old kid. I'm going up rookie ball with Tony Gwynn models, and it's like, this is great.
I think the funny thing is that does Worth even make bats anymore?
I don't think so.
As far, I mean, wood bats go.
No. I haven't seen one in years.
1 ball, 1 strike. I think Phil's extended the strike zone a little bit. Swing and a miss. The top of the 9th inning comes to a close. 1 run crosses the plate for the Giants. Block will go back out for the complete game with the Phillies down 10-0. Team that gets it right. Count on NBC 10 First Alert Weather. Erica, Glenn, Tammy, Bill, and Crystal rated most accurate for your neighborhood. Block will continue here in the 9th inning. He'll do so with Kelby Tomlinson at shortstop as he takes over for Brandon Crawford. Block is trying to finish off a complete game shutout. Left side of the infield is different from the start of the game for the Giants, with Christian Arroyo and Kelby Tomlinson at short. Aaron Altair will lead it off. Bullpen, there's nobody up. Sometimes, you know, they say, I'm going to give him 1 batter. But I think they're going to give him more than 1 batter.
I would.
Slicing out of play down the right field line. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Phillies pitchers have combined for 205 pitches to the 101 that Block has thrown. Over to third, scooped up by Arroyo. 16 ground ball outs.
It's called pitching to contact and trusting your defense.
That's a lot of ground ball outs. I mean, think about it. As they get bullpen action now, all of a sudden, Brian Morris, the veteran, 25 outs. 16 of those outs are on the ground. Wow. And a ball back toward the middle. Tomlinson gets to it, and Kendrick will have his 2nd hit. Tommy Joseph will stroll to the plate.
Very rarely will you get a chance to have 4 at-bats against a pitcher in a given game, especially in this day and age in baseball. Top of this order, having a chance to do so against Ty Block.
Back in 2015, Block had 2 shutouts down in the minor leagues with Sacramento. He has had 6 complete games in the minors. 6 complete games, 4 shutouts during his minor league career. In this day and age, they don't always let guys finish games off. Now that they do have 7-inning games when they play doubleheaders. And the liner out toward left field. Caught. 2 outs.
One of the hardest hit balls we've seen tonight.
Yep, it's a good swing by Tommy.
Very good swing.
Here is Michael Franco. Eight and 2/3, 7 hits, 4 strikeouts. He has gone at least 7 innings in his last 5 starts, barring something absolutely crazy. He will be 4-0 in those 5 starts with an earned run average hovering around 2. 0-2. He's not Madison Bumgarner by any stretch of the imagination. Bumgarner, who actually started to throw on Wednesday. His presence has been sorely missed by the Giants this year. 0-2 pitch outside. One ball, 2 strikes. Over to third base. Kicked for a moment by Arroyo, but Ty Block, the young left-hander, has pitched his first major league shutouts. A 10-0 win. Asking for the baseball, and rightfully so. He was fantastic tonight with 17 ground ball outs as the Giants take game 1 of this 3-game series.
He was excellent. Just ball after ball on the ground. You get that many ground balls, that means you're living on the knees. You're right at the catcher's shin guards all night long.
Well, that's exactly where a pitching coach would like it, and he is our Chevrolet player of the game for his efforts. I don't know the last time we saw this many ground outs in a game by a pitcher.
No, Chevrolet player of the game, but I think he could have given it to Denard Span as well with his 5-for-6 performance, but Ty Block had it going tonight. Ground ball after ground ball, trusting his defense, induced a couple double plays. Gets Tommy Joseph looking right there. Freddie Gall was fishing. Everything is down. The final out, now 27 for the Phils. He is your Chevrolet player of the game.
So the Phillies lose at 10-0. The Giants take game 1. That's a baseball he's going to keep for a long time. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this.